Webcam not working. I'm not used to doing it from here. Uh, I see it now. Got it. Okay. Good evening. How y'all doing? I see Miss Graham is in the house. Dana Hudson is here. Good evening to you. Robin Smith is in. Good evening. Hawthorne is here. Good evening to you. Welcome. All of you. Love you big time. Thank you for tuning in. The lady is in the house. Good evening. Thank you. Welcome. Sandy Miller is here. Maisha Dowell is here. Good evening to you. Louise Royal. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome. My good friend Lisa Robinson. Welcome. Roberta Rich. And that's Jocelyn Hines is in the house tonight. And Tea House and Hot Pink is here, like always, to keep law and order. And I love you big time. I very appreciate you doing it. I really do. Miss Hun is in tonight from, is that Cleveland? Finally called you up with one. Okay, amen. She called a live feed. Amen. To God be the glory for that. Sonia Price, good evening to you. Welcome to tonight's live broadcast. Okay, well, there's several different things going on in here with the laptops and stuff. So we kind of somewhat out of order. So kind of bear with me. I'm used to looking here, but I should have been looking there and stuff. But I was also trying to read some of you all's comments. I see A. Miller is in the house. My good friend Karen Porter is in the house. Always a pleasure to see you on the live feed. If I missed anyone, please do not take it personal. Miss Keisha is here. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. First of all, for those of you that continue to support this channel, from my heart to yours, I thank you kindly. A special shout out to all of you who continue to keep me updated on stories, making sure that I know what's going on. Either you call me, you inbox me, or you email me something. And that really means a lot to me. So from my heart to yours, I thank you kindly. I don't, sometimes I may not respond to them right then and there, but eventually I will. Tea House, especially you, and what's Star? I don't see her on the live feed, but she keeps me updated as well. Tonight, Felicia Brown is here. Good evening to you. I see Heather is here. Good evening. J Rock, you're late. Glad to see you. It don't take intellect, don't take a rocket scientist, doesn't take a professor to know that something in the United States is going extremely wrong, extremely fast for people of color. Racism in the United States in 2020 is so thick that you can cut it with a knife. Black America is in the midst of a crisis, but some don't know it. Some don't know it. Queen, good evening to you. Welcome. Too many of us are sleeping with our eyes open, and that's a serious problem. And it's not just with blacks, Mexicans, any race other than white, in my opinion, is under attack. Now, Ahmad Aubrey, he's our topic for tonight, but we're going to double dabble here and there with racism and police departments and what they're doing and what they're not doing. Tawana Campbell, good evening, welcome. Ms. Garner, good evening, welcome. As I said the last time, Gregory McMichael and his son, Travis McMichael, are in jail. We know their charges. However, they are not in jail because they lynched a black man on February 23rd of this year. They are in jail because you and I saw the video. That's the only reason these two low-life, trifling, insignificant white supremacists back in the Georgia Wood boys are in jail, because you and I saw the video. We saw it. And it's easy to prove. If they would really be in jail for killing Ahmad Aubrey, they would have been arrested February 23rd. It's as simple as that. All the evidence was there for probable cause for an arrest. You have a DA calling the shots. There's not enough evidence there. Leave it alone. Go on about your business. J-Rock, thank you kindly. Love you big time. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I made a statement today on Facebook. Let me see, can I go to it? I want to read to you what I said. And there was a white lady. And her comment was racist. They are trying as best they can to paint the victim out as the aggressor. He has a criminal past. Eddie Mae's boy do too. The only difference between those that are in jail and those that are free, some got caught, some didn't. But this coming week, it is my hope and prayer to lay enough evidence on the table to enter into your mind that the whole police department in Glenn County need to be shut down. Everybody in the DA's office needs to be immediately removed. This is the good old boy system. And while they're trying to paint Ahmad Aubrey out to be the aggressor, it's not surprising. He's a black man. He's a black man. I read you all the DA's report, the memo. He saw the video. She saw the video that was recorded by the other individual that should be in jail. That's William Bryan. I think they call him Rudy. He filmed the killing. He also played his role in it. He tried to block the man. You can hear him in his car cocking his gun. He's ready to kill this man, not to wound him, not to hold him until police get there and put cuffs on him and send him to jail. We're going to kill this nigga. We're going to kill this nigga. This nigga must go. I'm saying nigga because that's what they use. I know how it goes. Now, two things I want to read to you quickly. Here we go. This is the one I'm looking for right here. It says, Glenn County Police Department, along with Gregory McMichael and Travis McMichael and the DA's office, have been gunning for Ahmad Aubrey for years. I know it's a very strong allegation to bring against someone. But if I bring it up, you all know by now, I can back it up. It's as simple as that. They were just looking for the opportune time to take him down. And that day came February 23rd, 2020. Every police officer on the force, black, white, male, female, should be terminated. Everybody in the DA's office should be terminated immediately. And you crooked, under the table working judges, y'all can pack y'all shit and go with them. Ahmad Aubrey has a criminal past, but nothing, absolutely nothing in his past or present says he deserved to be lynched by two country, racist, low-life, trifling, insignificant white boys who took the law into their own hands. They too have a criminal history that's worse than Ahmad Aubrey's criminal history. But nobody says anything. It's the good old boy system down in Georgia. But I think it's time that we pull the curtain back on the state of Georgia. And you will agree. The DAs, police officers, judges, they're crooks. They're criminals. As far as I'm concerned, every DA in that office, including, I think it's Jackie Johnson and George Barnhill, should be arrested for obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence. The woman asked me, well, why would you say that? Why they been wanting to kill him for years? What kind of dirt he had on him? Listen, you don't always have to have dirt on an individual to be marked for death. This thing was personal. This thing was personal. They knew him. They've had previous run-ins with him. They knew him, and he knew them. So to answer her question, and I did it on Facebook, and I'm going to do it here, it's simple. Ahmad Aubrey was a black man, not a nigger. There's a difference. When you don't conform to white people's way of their thinking, you become a problem. Ahmad, from day one with his criminal history, became a problem for the police department. White people, racist white people, have a tendency to believe that they're superior over you and I. If I say come, nigga, you come. If I say go, I don't need to see you. If I say hi, your ass better already be up in the fucking air. I'm white. It's as simple as that. When you don't obey a racist white man, his feelings are hurt. You're belittling him. You have to answer to me, boy. And so when Ahmad didn't answer to them, said, stop, wait, let me talk to you. I don't have to stop for your ass. Who the fuck are you? I don't have to stop for you. That enraged them all the more because he didn't stop. He didn't stop. This was a premeditated murder. I'm gonna read you the report in just a minute. Ahmad Aubrey's mother said, as far as she is concerned, all those involved in taking her son's life should lose their life. I humbly bow to the sister. I totally agree with her. I totally agree with her. Now, you've seen some videos, probably within the past 72 hours, of Ahmad in his criminal element. You've already lynched the brother in broad daylight. You have already inflicted pain upon his family. But I guess that's not enough, because they continue to bring up his past, but they won't say shit about the crooked DAs that was going to let them get away with a murder in Georgia. Nobody says nothing about them. Pat, good evening to you. Welcome. Nobody says nothing about them. Just because you don't have a felony conviction or have been arrested for a felony offense does not mean that you have not committed a felony. And by the time this trial is over, I expect for some DAs and cops and judges to either be removed from their position or removed from their position and locked up. How much more can we take with the bullshit? You sent the video of Ahmad going in and out of a home under construction. But you didn't give the police the videos of the white children going in and out of the home that was under construction. You didn't give them that one. Ahmad Aubrey was the only one going in there. That's what they said. That's the one they said. The other day, I guess it was yesterday, the day before, it's on Facebook. A news article came down my timeline. It was Lindsay McMichael. Y'all know who she is by now. If you don't, you will. Basically, here's what she said. This is the sister of one of the individuals charged with Ahmad Aubrey's death. She said, my father and brother are not racist white men. I've dated black men in the past and they was okay with it. Hold that thought. I haven't been crazy about some of the guys my daughter has dated in the past. But that's my daughter. If she like it, that's fine. I'm not going to say if she like it, I love it, because I'll be lying. If she like it, it is what it is. Basically, if she dated black men, they tolerated their ass just because of their daughter. Now, if that was her attempt to do damage control for father and son, I have to give her an L. You missed that one, sister. That didn't sell good. We didn't buy that shit. Well, it's good we did. Today, was it today? Or was it last night? I was so fucking pissed when I learned that this low-life, racist, trifling hoe uploaded to her Snapchat account an unedited picture of Ahmad Aubrey laying on the ground. Anybody saw it? Anybody heard about it? She said, admitted to the police. She admitted to the police. I did it. I did it. But I didn't do it to harm anybody. So what the fuck did you do it for? What you thought? The family was gonna call your pink prejudice ass over for tea and cookies after you disgrace their family member for the second time? Bitch, please. You are equal to your father and your brother. All of you are racist, trifling, insignificant, existing just to be existent monsters in human form. All of you need to sit in a goddamn chair and be executed. But put it in the middle of the street, live streaming on Facebook. If you want to do a pay-per-view, I will pay to see it. But that wasn't enough. It didn't end there. It didn't end there. About an hour or two ago, we get the email. Look at this, Mr. Sky. It's a video from 2017. The video is of Ahmad Aubrey being arrested for shoplifting. I don't know what the fuck that arrest has to do with the lynching in 2020. I cannot, for the life of me, make a connection. I cannot. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Duh. Paint him out to be nothing. He stayed in trouble. I don't give a fuck if he shot the goddamn Pope down. He didn't do it on May 23rd, 2020. You people have no fucking shame. This is not your land. You don't own this shit. If we were to tell the story, if we were to tell the truth all of us don't belong on this land. If we were to tell the truth. This is some sad, diabolical, despicable, racist shit from out of the great state of Georgia. You done killed him. Why don't, Lindsay, if you ever see this, why don't you carry your pink ass up to the jail? Take me a picture of dad and son in jail. Upload that bitch. Upload that bitch. Racism has never died. It never slept. Toned down just a bit. But when that pink asshole sister girl Donald Duck into the White House, racism and hate groups went on the rise. Went on the rise. Nobody gives a fuck about the black man that's dead. He's just dead. He shouldn't have done what he did. Okay. Before that video, we saw another incident. Ahmad Aubrey engaging with police officers. Now, the first cop on the scene had already searched it. Found no weapons, nothing illegal. No weapons, nothing illegal. It's got on the jacket. A second cop pulls up, white, ordering the man on the ground. Now, by this time, I'll tell you what he said if I had it. By this time, Ahmad was getting pissed because he was telling the officers, look at God. Thank you. I got it right here. All right. Being stopped by the Glenn County Police Department. He's asking them basically, why are you fucking with me? Why are you messing with me? His exact words, as you listen and watch the body camera, he says, I've got 1 day off a week. I'm trying to chill on my day off, bro. I'm up early in the morning trying to chill. And you have interrupted my chill. And then you have the audacity to say, well, this is a known drug area. So every time you see somebody black in a known drug area, that means they are buying or selling drugs. That's what y'all do. There was no reason to stop it. None whatsoever. But they don't give a fuck. They tried to tase him, but it didn't deploy. Get on the ground. Get on your stool. And he wouldn't do it. And they didn't like that shit. They knew one thing. The brother ain't did shit wrong. We wrong. But they get away with it a lot. So for whatever reason, all right, man, bye, we gone. This thing with Ahmad, again, is personal. They've been gunning for him for years. He won't shut up. He won't conform, whether he's guilty or innocent. He's man enough, black enough, and strong enough to tell you to kiss his black ass. And you don't like that. When a white person tells you something, motherfucker, you do it. Wasn't working with him. Wasn't working with him. And it wouldn't have worked with me. So I don't think he had any dirt on him. They just know him from way back when. If he's doing something wrong, they come. If he's not doing something wrong, they show up. Now, as we learned in the last video, Jackie Johnson was the DA on a case he had back in high school, I think, of weapons charges. Well, she's got to have an investigator, right? To investigate the incident while she focused on her end of being the district attorney. Well, guess who was the district attorney investigator at that particular time when Ahmad Aubrey's case landed on his desk? Okay, I'll tell you, Gregory McMichael. I'm going to get you, nigga. And that's what it's been for years. That's what it's been for years. Racism is on the rise in this country. And it's getting worse. I'm going to read y'all the report on what they wrote after they killed him. And when you hear this, and you all have already seen the video, it should really trouble you, not just because of Ahmad Aubrey, but if they did this to him, then you and I know one thing. They're doing it to other Black people. It's just as simple as that. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. None. But this time, they just happened to get caught. Now, the plan was already laid out as to what was going to be said. And again, they're not in jail because they killed him. They're in jail because we saw the video. All right, here's what they said. That's what the DA says. On Sunday, February 23rd, 2020, police officer speaking, I responded to the intersection of Toledo Drive and Holmes Drive in reference to shots fired. While en route, I was advised there were shots fired and a male was on the ground bleeding out. A short time later, I was advised the male was on the ground, was deceased. T-House, I love you big time. Thank you so much. Upon my arrival, I observed Officer Mashu setting up a perimeter. I began speaking with Gregory McMichael, who was a witness to the incident. McMichael stated that there had been several break-ins in that neighborhood. Furthermore, the suspect was caught on surveillance video. McMichael stated he was in, watch this. McMichael stated he was in his front yard. When a Black man came down the street running, well, called for his son, Travis. Travis got the shotgun. Gregory McMichael got the .357 Magnum. And they went looking for that male subject that they said had previously burglarized a building. McMichael told his son that Travis is running down the street. Let's go. McMichael stated, watch this, he went to his bedroom. Watch this. He grabbed his .357 Magnum. Watch this. Travis grabbed his shotgun. Watch this. Because they didn't know if the male was armed or not. The other night, they saw the same male that they shook down. They looked down his pants. He reached down in his pants and they thought he had a gun and they got scared. Well, here's the thing. It's premeditated because you saw a man running. You left the yard. You went in the house. You went in your bedroom. T-House said, where's the electric chair? Totally agree with it. Totally agree with it. So you have enough time to think this thing out, but you don't. Get in there, giddy on up. With William Bryan behind. With William Bryan behind. We can't leave him out because he's part of this. He should also be locked up. Now, Michael stated that he and Travis got in the truck and drove down the street. When they arrived at the intersection of Stiletto Drive and Holmes Drive, they saw the unidentified male running down Brunswick Drive. McMichael then stated, Travis, drive this way, in an attempt to cut the male off. Michael stated that the unidentified male turned around and began running back from the direction from which he came. Rudy, who is William Bryan, attempted to block him, but the block was unsuccessful. McMichael stated he then jumped into the bed of the truck and he and Travis continued in hot pursuit. McMichael said, we shouted, stop, stop, stop. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you. McMichael said they pulled up beside the male subject. And shouted again, stop. At which time Travis, the son, exited the truck with shotgun in hand. Michael stated the unidentified male began to violently attack Travis. McMichael stated that the unidentified man began to violently attack Travis. And the two men then started fighting over the shotgun, at which point Travis fired a shot, and a second shot later, the male fell to the ground, face down on the pavement, with his hands under his body. McMichael said, I rolled the man over to see if he had a weapon. Well, watch this. Gregory McMichael is not a police officer anymore. That's another charge for his ass, tampering with evidence, that being the dead body. What the fuck you rolling him over for to see if he has a gun? He's dead. It don't matter if he had a goddamn Uzi. He's dead. There was another video, I think Star Jones sent it to me, I think, and we uploaded it on our Injustice Facebook page. I think it's 27 minutes and some seconds. The same video, but they enhanced it. And go watch it if you hadn't seen it. Very interesting how this one man put this together. If you think the first one was hard to watch, this one is harder because they're breaking it down. It's how close Travis was to Ahmad Aubrey. The cop said, I observed blood on McMichael's hand from rolling the unidentified male over. Photographs were taken at the scene. Now, the relationship with Ahmad Aubrey and Glenn County go way back. It's personal. It's personal. If we hadn't saw the video, they would not be in jail tonight. And then the DA, George Barnhill, backed him up. He wrote his report. Mind you, he seen the video way before you and I did. He seen it. Amara, good evening to you. They seen it. After watching the video, his conclusion was, with Ahmad Aubrey's criminal history and mental state, he was the aggressor. And that's why he ran up to try to take the shotgun out of Travis' hand. I don't know nobody in his or her right mind would run up to any motherfucker to try to take a shotgun out of their fucking hand, knowing before I get there, boom, you got me. And on one of the shots, I think it's the second one, it's when they put it in slow motion and go back, you can see his shirt pop open from the gunshot wound, and now the shirt is heavy with blood as he goes down to the ground. I'm watching Gregory McMichael jump out the truck, still with gun in hand. I'm pissed of how they're handling this case. I'm pissed at how they keep releasing videos of Ahmad some years ago. You cannot tell me that this is not personal. It's personal. All the judges said excused themselves, they gone, and called in another judge. I think his name is Timothy something, starts with a W. He's going to be the presiding judge over the case. Now, the lawyers for the brother says, for the son says, they are going to petition the court for a bond for their client. I wish y'all would do this for me and for Ahmad Aubrey when you get off his live feed. Go to your Facebooks, whatever social media account you got, and just type in no bond ever and put their names there. That's all I'm asking. Type in no bond and put their names there. That's all I'm asking. I'm begging you to do that. You have to realize that this fight is not just about what happened to Ahmad Aubrey. It's about what could happen to others and what has happened to others. Do you know how many Ahmads are in Georgia that you and I don't know about because they're dead and they didn't get no publicity or not enough publicity? The dirt that keep coming up on these DAs. When I say dirt, I mean dirt. These are crooks. T.L. said, it's extremely sad when you see his mother can't even cry for her son. She's crying through her pain. And that's the gospel. Bridget said, piss us off. Bridget Moore said, piss off too. It's definitely personal. It is. It's personal. It's personal. This is not going to be an easy fight because we're dealing with some crooks and some professionals. But because of one of their co-conspirators take the shit for their amusement, we now know exactly what happened on February the 23rd. I think, Star Cemetery, I think, his race record. We put up some more stuff
today from way back when. Not bringing it up. It's nothing. It's really nothing. Just bullshit. So now there's an insult all over again. He lied and said there had been break-ins. There were no break-ins. Now let's talk about the text messages. Let's talk about the text messages from a police officer to a crook. I guess it's safe to say from one crook to another. He notifies the homeowner who has the houses under construction with the surveillance camera, motion detectors, because he kept having people going in and out. The owner said several times he did call the police, one that made what he did. The police officer told him, text him, if you have any more problems, it's about a block away. Here's his number. Go see Gregory McMichael, and he's going to take care of it. Now, law enforcement are not to involve citizens. Am I right? Am I right? He's a citizen. He's not a cop anymore. Campbell said, that's right. So why would you do that? He says, it don't matter what day or time, call him and he will come. Well, that motherfucker again is not on the force. But even when he was on the force, watch this, 2005, 2006, 2009, 2010, he didn't have a gun. He didn't have a gun. He never took the firearms training, and they kept letting him get by, and he didn't have a badge. So as far as I'm concerned, he was out there all willy-nilly. Bullshit. But they covered it up. This motherfucker wouldn't take the test and couldn't pass the test, but has the audacity to have a gun of his own. We keep adding insult to injury. T House sent me something. I don't know when she sent it. I found it today. It's probably been there for days because I can't check regular like I should. It was two disturbing reports, both in Georgia. One, I think, just a few weeks prior to the other one. There was a black woman that was hanging from a tree at Walmart. Later on, I hope I got them in order. There was a black male hanging from a bridge by chains. Well, they said the cause of death was suicide. Both of them. They just killing their goddamn selves around here. Both were suicides. There is a brother right now that is doing a life sentence. And that's questionable right now. They're looking into it right now. I thank you, Louise Raw. They're looking into it now. This is in Georgia. The NAACP, as I am and others, are calling for a full investigation in the police department, the DA's office, and every damn judge that's on the bench, black included. It's only getting worse for us. It's not getting any better. I try not to comment on Facebook too much when I put something out, but sometimes I do. This was a black woman. I'm telling black people, to go and buy guns. Arm yourselves. She said something to the extent about, no, we got to pray and let God deal with it there and stuff, and God will make a way. Well, I went right then and there and commented, you do it your way and let me say it the way I want to say it. I don't give a damn, and I'm talking to everybody right now. I don't give a damn if you're licensed to carry a gun or if you're a convicted felon and you cannot carry a gun. Read my lips. Buy a gun. Buy a gun. Don't carry your ass to a gunfight with a fucking pocket knife. You can't win. You need not even show up. They don't play by the fucking rules. Why in the fuck should we? There is a race war that is about this fucking close to happening. And you want us to just pray and leave it alone and let God handle it. So I always say, God's got his time. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. In less than a month, Houston, Texas shot 5 people. Less than a month. Less than a month, Houston Police Department shot 5 people. And with each one shot, I'm assuming they're calling it justifiable homicide. I'm trying to pull something up for you. Well, I think it's earthly impossible for a police department to have at least 4 or 5 shootings back to back, and all of them are justifiable homicides, or justifiable shootings. That is just not making any damn sense with me. Here's what they said. The first one, April 21st, 200 block of, I think that Gazi Street, responding to a call of a man possibly trying to commit suicide. Again, they were responding to a call of a man possibly trying to commit suicide. Well, the officer said when they arrived on the scene, they were trying to calm the man down. And he wouldn't listen. Well, they shot and they killed him. According to them, they had no other choice. They shot and they killed him. The man, if he was trying to commit suicide, I don't think the fucking police department should have helped in the matter. They alleged before he was shot that they tased him to no avail. Then they said they shot bean bags at him to no avail. So they shot and killed him. April 27th, I think it's 7900 block of Chatwick Street, around 12:45 p.m. A man fires a weapon in front of his house in his yard. Houston Police Department says the suspect called to the officer and said, "I'm waiting for you," while reloading his gun. I'm waiting for you while reloading his gun. They killed him. They killed him. The man was suffering from mental illness. Another one. Happened at 8600 block of South Brasswood at a Walgreens. A man stabs a white woman. She dies. The guy allegedly that stabbed her is in her car trying to take things. He comes out running towards the officer with a knife in his hand, and they killed him. I guess tasing him, didn't come to mind. Or they just didn't give a damn. There is a war against black men and black women. You have a black woman in her home sleep, and she never wakes up again. You have in Dallas, Texas, Bob McGee, former cop Amber Geiger, shoots him inside of his own home. He's up on the sofa eating a bowl of ice cream. So you're not safe. Nowhere you go, you're not safe. And if you think the police department is trying to do better, you're a fool with a problem. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. You have an idiot in office that condones criminal activity. He gives protesters a thumbs up. These people, and if this occurred to me the other day, the ones they call it protesters, I honestly don't think that they're out there protesting. Here's what they're doing. If you really look at it, it's called bullying. Benson B says the police department could care less about a person. Amen. I totally agree. It's bullying. You're trying to bully the state and the law into doing what you want them to do. Now, be mindful. A lot of these people that are out there protesting don't like the government. Don't think they should have to pay taxes. So this is a perfect opportunity to come on out and use stay-at-home orders as your agenda when you know it's not. When you have a black man on his way to visit his girlfriend, he is interrupted by two white men and beat senseless. That's a hate crime. That's a hate crime. When you have a jackass in the White House that refuses to hang up President Barack Hussein Obama's picture simply because from day one, he's been jealous of the brother because the brother knows his shit. The brother did 8 years without one stain. The brother did 8 years and he's black. But this kind of bullshit did not go on in the United States of America when we had our first black president sitting in the goddamn Oval Office. But you got this goddamn racist, diabolical, sick, lunatic bitch in the White House. He is the flame for racism. Grossly incompetent is what he called President Barack Hussein Obama. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. You are so hurt. You are so embarrassed that people are still honoring and respecting the Obamas. You know why they're doing it? Because they made it that way. Respect is never given. Respect is earned. They carry themselves just like they are every day. Respectable, intelligent people. No, I'm not going to hang up his head. No, I'm not going to do it. No, 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 do it. Nope. You got Putin's picture I hang up. Putin. This is some shit a child would do. Children do this. Children put down other politicians and leaders because they don't know no fucking better. Children do that shit. Children play them games. Nobody has ever stepped foot in the White House like this bitch stepped foot in the White House. Trump is a threat to the whole wide world. It's just as simple as that. There's no other way to look at it. None whatsoever. Every day, one of us is getting killed. Every day. Hands up, hands down. They're killing us. And they don't get convicted. If they're arrested, first of all. But rarely will a prosecutor bring up charges on a cop. And if it just so happens they do, or they're indicted, well, here's what the jurors are thinking. Regardless to what this cop did, I believe he was in his right. And even if he wasn't, here's how they think. They protect us. They protect us. So we can't send them to jail. We can't, like Brill says, hands tied behind the back. Oh God, that was the case in Louisiana. A black man was in the back of a patrol car, handcuffed. Somehow before they get to the police station, the guy managed to get out of the handcuffs and use a gun that he already had on him. Bitch, you didn't search him. You didn't search him. But let's forget the searching. How the fuck you get out the goddamn cuffs? How did he do it? You don't know, but he did it, huh? And he did. So I can't get his side. But as evil as this is, what's worse is that they don't get prosecuted. No charges are brought up on them. Some of you keep looking to the government for help. And when they don't, you have a tendency to say the system is failing black people. The system is not failing black people. The system has never been for black people. So a system that has never been for us cannot be failing us. The criminal justice system is broken. Bullshit. The criminal justice system is not broken. The criminal justice system was designed the way it is. It's not broken. We can't look for the enemy to help us fix problems dealing with us. Their blues ain't like ours, and they just don't give a fuck. So before we get out of here, I didn't get to everything either. I talk too much. Oh, let me say this about this white guy. He just popped up. A white guy who was, I think he was he worked for a software company in Tennessee. He has been terminated because of a post that he put up with President Obama having a noose around his neck. The guy's name is Gary Casper, and he put the picture up with a rope around Obama's neck. Neil Garner, thank you so much. I love you big time. Appreciate you. That's nothing new. They've done this to President Barack Obama before. But that just shows you their mentality, where they're at. There's nothing they can do that will stain President Barack Hussein Obama. His legacy is written in stone. His legacy has been sealed. Nothing you can do about it. All this week, the Lord said to say, we're looking at racism. We're looking at the system. We're looking at how many blacks are shot by cops each year, how many are prosecuted, how many are indicted, how many are terminated. We're looking at all of that. And we're looking at how people, white people in the street, begin to attack us because they got a cheerleading squad at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. And so whatever they do is all right. Whatever they do, it's all right. We got to fix this ourselves. We have to come together and fix this ourselves. I'm trying to find one story for you before we go. Twin brother tried to save his brother. We have to come together and put all of our differences aside and realize that it's us against them. I'm going to read you this last story, some of it, but not all of it. Because it's let me just read it to you. A 12-year-old boy was shot to death in front of his twin brother. The 12-year-old was shot in front of his twin brother as they rode in a car. Demetrius Townsend Jr. was pronounced dead Saturday night following the shooting in Gary, Indiana, which is about 35 minutes outside of the Chicago neighborhood. His twin brother held him in his arms all the way to the hospital. He says, I miss my brother. He was the funniest dude I've ever known. He picked everybody up and made them laugh. I don't know if they have people in custody or not, but black people, if we were to tell the truth tonight, this is what we would say and get out of here. We probably kill more of us than they kill of us. Sometimes we got to check ourselves. And we have to get back to being black. And what I mean by that, let's just go 60s and the 70s, 80s. We loved. We were there. But now, with or without reason, we're killing one another. And you're doing what the white man loved. In order for any race to see us in a different light, we must first begin to see ourselves in a different light. Black people, stop sleeping with your eyes open. We are under attack. You have to be tired, like I am, of seeing a black mother before the cameras begging for justice. Do you know this is bittersweet with Ahmad? We have them in jail, but we had to kick, scream, make threats to get them two country-ass racist white boys in a fucking jail cell. It shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have taken a public outcry to go get them white boys, put cuffs on them, and lock they bitch ass up. But it did. And that's a problem. That's a fucking problem. The video should not have solved it for us, because the probable cause for arrest and conviction was already there, baby. It was there. but it's always us. We got to beg and plead. Please, 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 please. NAACP, Al Sharpton, NAACP, Al Sharpton. This shit has got to stop. We got to become proactive to their bullshit. And we have to get back to loving one another. So you got $1 damn more than I do. Big fucking deal. Everybody is somebody's child. You cannot tell me that you love somebody and you take their life for nothing. When there's violence in the mind, there's going to be violence in the streets. No way around it. You cannot love your people and you pushing dope in your people's hand every fucking day for the almighty dollar. So when we march and kick and scream, when we are violated by the white race, I wonder how come we don't do the same fucking goddamn thing when it's us against us. I wonder why the NAACP and Al Sharpton don't march on that shit. I'll tell you why. They won't make no goddamn money off of that shit. We got to wait until somebody white kills somebody black before we speak up. We fucked up. We fucked up. We are seriously fucked up. I love you. We thank you all, as always, for tuning in. Of course, as always, I didn't get to everything, but be the Lord willing, we are back here tomorrow night, looking into racism in the United States. When you see a bad cop, report that cop. When you see a cop speaking with someone, I want you to film it. Don't interfere. I want you to film it. Don't say nothing. Don't say you're recording it. Don't do that. Don't make matters worse for you. Just film it and never give it to the cops. I'm Al Scott, Injustice Investigations. I love you all. Big time. Bronze 318. Thank you. Thank you. 813. I love you all big time. Thanks for your continued support for this channel and the work that we're trying to do. Y'all have a good night. I love you.